All right, welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother, Pianki Patai Muntu Neferamon Ra. We got another powerful show with another powerful conversation from two powerful brothers. Before I let them get into their spiel, let me do my usual greeting. Let me say hotep to my fellow Kemetic brothers and sisters. Let me say God bless to the Christian brothers and sisters out there. Let me say shalom to the Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters out there. Let me say peace to the nation of gods and earth, them 5%. Let me say assalamu alaikum to the NOI members. Let me say Islam to the Moorish brothers and sisters out there. And let me say Jambo to the rest of my brothers and sisters throughout the African diaspora, be it here in the wilderness of the United States of America or beyond. Oh, and let me not forget to say what's up to my atheist brothers and sisters. Y'all know why I say that greeting is for one reason and one reason only. It's because if you're Black, I'm with you, and I hope you with me. Our different ideologies shouldn't keep us from uniting, but we know sometimes they do. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting, and we can have unity without uniformity. And we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. Now that last statement, we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable, is about to be put to the test by two of the most fiery brothers that have graced Paradigm Shift TV 314. The God body himself, knowledge-born Allah, Marlon Simmons, and the scripture ripper himself, Esabio Robinson. The subject is, are all white people, quote unquote, white people, inherently evil? My brothers, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. My brother Esabio, you are now the host. Have at it. It's on y'all.
Okay.
Yo, peace. What up?
Okay.
So I'm gonna say what I said earlier. I don't think all white people are inherently evil. No, I don't think any people is inherently evil. I think people have the capacity to be evil, and it all depends on the situations, the circumstances, and the reasons and the causes behind the actions that we will call evil. I don't need to say no more than that.
Oh, yeah, that is a huge piece of the cake you took. But as we look at the way things have been happening over the years, and not just Black people, to their own people, they've been brutally just doing what they do to people. And according to, and I'm gonna refer to the Yakub theory, this was the doctrine that they were taught, when they were created, which they were created, says by Yakub, by the grafting process, which makes sense because we graft things today. We mix dogs. We make dogs. We made the pit
we
bull.
don't grab. Yeah, we make. Yeah, you see, but see,
and that's the same thing as
that's
grafting.
no, it isn't. Mating
mixing.
is not. No, it's not the same thing as grafting.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No.
Okay.
Mating and grafting are two totally different dynamics, sir. When you mate, you're taking two specific breeds,
and
you are looking. No, you're creating the same breed. You don't get a different breed of pit bull when you graft. When you breed two pit bulls, you get a pit bull.
Yeah, you do it. Breed two different types. Yeah, you do.
No, you're going to get a pit bull. You're going to get a.
Of course, you're going to get a pit bull.
You're going to get a blue nose. You're going to get a brindle. You're going to get a Staffordshire, a terrier, a Staffordshire terrier, an American. You're going to get a pit bull. You're going to get
that's
a
exactly
pit
what.
bull.
But it's a different type, though, right? It's not the same. Okay,
because if it's a pit bull,
And I did that same thing you just said. I would breed different types and come up with it'd be a totally different type of dog. If I took a red nose and bred it with a blue nose, yeah, it would be different.
No, it'll still be a pit bull.
It'll be a pit bull, but it wouldn't be.
It'll still be a pit bull. It'll still have the, you see, so basically that is all that's all. It doesn't make it a different breed of dog. It's still a pit bull. It doesn't change from being a pit bull because you mixed it with a red nose and a blue nose. It might be it might be a black nose pit with a lot more aggression, or it might be a red nose pit with a lot more intelligence. It's still a pit bull.
Okay, but that's like saying we're humans, but I could breed two different races of humans. It's still gonna be a human, but it's gonna be a different race.
No.
If I bred a white man with a black woman, or a black woman with a white man, you're gonna get a Milano kid. It's not black or white now, it's called Milano. Right?
You can, if you want to call them mulatto, I would call them what they call themselves. So if that person, you see, that's us with putting our terms to these people. What did those people call themselves? Did them people call themselves mulatto?
Okay, but they couldn't say whether they were white or black unless you're gonna give, you know what I'm saying, the potential to the black person or the white person, because they're mixed. So they don't know, they can't say black or white. Right? Okay.
Repeat that.
Same thing with a dog. If I mix a black person and a white person, I no longer have a solid color. The person can't say whether they're white or black, but you have both of those types of people in you. So you're a mulatto. You're mixed. You're human, yeah, but you're not a black or white human. You have both in you. So what are you gonna call yourself?
That's, this is the one thing that I'm glad I listened to Black Line Supreme a lot. All that, we are all mixed. So what does that mean? That's nothing. Like we all have other elements in us. I know I got European DNA, but I got the majority of African DNA. Does that make me European? Does that make me a mulatto? But hold up, does that make me a mulatto because I have mixed DNA?
Sort of.
How?
Because
it's not 50-50. It's not 50-50.
No, it's not 50-50. But you have it in you.
I have the majority of African DNA. So if I have the majority of African DNA, how am I European? How am I mixed?
No, what you just said, you have the majority of African DNA, so you're not claiming to be a Caucasian because you're dark, right?
I don't have to claim. Look, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Can I claim to be a Caucasian because I have 17% European DNA, 16% European DNA?
You can claim whatever you want, but the reality of it is going to be the reality of it. You can claim to be white all you want, but when people look at you, they're going to say, bro, you can't claim that because you don't look white.
But I can claim it, right?
You can claim it. You got the right to claim whatever you want. But the facts are, you're not white enough to be that. You don't have.
So would that make me evil? Would that make me evil?
No.
Does that European DNA make me evil and make my ancestors evil?
It probably would add a little bit to it because you have some food. You have it in your bloodline. It's in your DNA.
Explain how a color is evil.
How what?
A skin tone, a lack of pigmentation is evil.
Okay, it's not just the lack of pigmentation; it's the lack of a lot of things. Okay, we go back to the original man. Let's start from there. Now, let me ask you a question. Was the
Mm-mm,
original man a
mm-mm.
colored man? I have to. I have to.
No, 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 no. I need you to answer what you do. We remember we made a pact that you cannot
Yeah.
answer a question with a question. You have to ask the question that was posed to you.
Okay.
So answer the question that was posed to you.
Okay. What was that question again? One more time.
How is a skin tone evil?
And I was explaining that to you.
No, you wasn't. You was finna ask me a question
No.
about
No.
the original content people
Original
from
man.
the yeah, about the original man.
Yeah. That's
Like
how we're gonna get into how the skin tone is evil.
how?
Because once you, okay, I'm gonna say
Go
this
ahead. Go ahead. Go
with
ahead.
all honesty.
Ask your non sequitur. Ask your
I
question.
believe. I'm not gonna ask a question. I believe that black people aren't born or created with malice. You know, as most other people or races on this planet, which
I don't think
came from us because we were the first ones here. I don't care what nobody said. Just prove.
all this, we were the first.
Hmm.
We got to stop.
You disagree?
Life came from Africa.
Exactly.
There was different.
So you disagree?
There was different levels of Homo sapiens and homos. You have to know this.
Mm-hmm.
Some homos are Neanderthals. Some homos, Homo brigansis.
But they all
You
came
know
from Homo sapien. Am I right?
what?
Yeah.
No.
All the other homos came from the
Homo
Homo
sapien is the youngest branch.
Hmm. You sure about that?
Ask the chat.
Okay. Still doesn't take away from the fact of what I believe and how that came about. But I understand what you're saying.
Look.
That's why I went back to the original man to bring my point across.
Okay, so let me ask you this about the original man. Did the original man have wars with the other men on that continent with them?
Of course.
So with that original man and them wars, would you consider that to be evil?
Like I said, it depends on what the war was about.
If the war was
war is
about,
evil, no doubt.
if the war was about land,
Mm-hmm.
you not
Economics.
respecting you not respecting my boundaries, you not respecting my woman, you not respecting my king and queen, food, resources, whatever. Is it evil? It doesn't matter what it was about. Is it evil?
Yeah. Anytime you're killing people is evil. Anytime, for whatever reason.
Okay. So if the original man on the continent of Africa was at war and it was evil, how can white people be inherently evil? And we're not.
Good question. Because all right. I'm gonna say this: if we had anything to do with bringing those people into existence, then of course they're gonna have what we had, but it was in a different way that they have it. You feel me? We don't have to take anything from anybody, really. African ain't got to take nothing from nobody. We got enough to take care of everything we need. So if we made, or say created, another form of ourselves and took the other side of ourselves, which is probably, just say we take the evil side of ourselves and bring it out, all right? And we turn it loose on the world, which we see today. It's a total domination thing with these people. With us, it was just dominating our part of the country or wherever we were, our space. They feel like the whole earth is their space. That's slightly different from the African. The African never left the continent.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because that's a good point. But because they decided that they weren't going to stay in the places where they were being persecuted, and they decided to, and I'm not being no apologist for them, I'm just looking at the history of why they left the countries where they were. the places where they were. And from everything that I've been reading on these Christians, these Europeans, these WASPs, these Jews, they left the places they left due to persecution that they were facing.
From their people.
Does that make them evil? Because they had to do what they had to do in order to secure them a land where they can live in and not be persecuted?
In a way, it does, because that's not the only reason. I mean, that wasn't all they had to do. When they went to other places, they had to secure a place in that place. You see?
So let me ask you this.
You can't just come to my house and sit in my chair unless I say you can sit down.
I understand you. I understand that. So let me ask you this. So let me put it on the African continent, and let me put it like this: if there was an African tribe that was being persecuted by another African tribe in the same country, we gonna use. Let's pick the country of Zimbabwe. All right. Okay. Now, say these people were being persecuted, and they decided that they weren't going to live with that persecution, but they had to do what? Go to another place in undiscovered land, right? But there's people on this land, and these people, they don't know about these people until they get there, and they're met aggressively. These are Africans we're talking about. This is a hypothetical, okay? Now, when these Africans are met with aggression, would those Africans be wrong for responding with aggression?
No, they wouldn't. No.
Would they be wrong? Would they be wrong for exterminating and killing those people that approach them with aggression?
No, they wouldn't. Because if they didn't, they would be killed.
I'm not saying that's what the Europeans did at all. I'm just giving you a hypothetical so you can see how that inherently evil shit falls short, because that means if white people are inherently evil, that also means we are inherently evil. Because from what you say, they came from us.
On the continent.
But no, hold up. I'm not on the continent anymore. I'm actually talking about how they came out of us. You say they're grafted from us. So if they're grafted from us, they had to take some of our evilness with them.
Well, this is what was said about it. The grafting was the other side of us. Okay, it wasn't us. Like, the other side of us was evil, cold. You see, every person has two sides. You gotta admit that.
So let me ask you this question, because what you just said, it just brought up a whole different idea in my mind. So if the evilness was drafted out of us, then what was left in us? Timidity, pussyfiedness, weakness, slavery.
Yep.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree.
No, I listen. I understand. Check this out.
Check this out. Marlon. What you just said sounds like white supremacy at its finest. That sounds like white supremacy at its finest. You want to know who you sounded like?
Let me make sense of it.
Hold up. I'm gonna let you go. You remember in Django? You remember the movie Django? You remember when they were sitting at the table and Calvin Candy had that skull of old Ben?
There we go. Yeah.
And he was talking about the black mind, the black brain got a part of civility, that is real, that is larger than the other side, and that makes them more docile and all that shit. That's exactly what you just said. That is exactly what you just said to me.
Well, it doesn't make them more docile. It makes them more human. You see. Now,
it makes them more. It makes them more docile. If you're saying that the fight was grafted out of us and put into white people, you're saying that the fight was taken away from black people by some motherfucker named Yakub. And what he left black people with was timidity, turning other cheekness, weakness, meekness, cowardice.
Not so much, but yeah.
Because
check this out. Like I said, Africa doesn't need anything outside of Africa. Only people that need
I
something outside of Africa are the people that were bred outside of, or not bred outside, that live outside of the continent in a place where they don't have much. So they're gonna come back into the continent to get what they want. Because we got what? Gold, diamonds, oil, everything that this country needs is in Africa. Everything. Everybody around Africa needs something from Africa. So
I
when
don't
it comes
disagree
down,
with you, but
when it comes down to the black man, and this is what was said. Now, okay, y'all cool. I'm gonna just say this. When you speak of it, you're not speaking of an actual person. You're speaking of a mindset. Okay. And what happened was, I believe, is we either grafted ourselves, or when the people from the outside of the continent came in, we mixed, like you said, with them, you know, and they were bringing something that we didn't have anymore. We didn't have that side to us. Okay. They needed, and they were willing to kill whatever they had to do to get it. So we were in a different position. You
um
didn't have to.
um
And we have man, black people have some of the biggest hearts of any human on this planet, man.
I disagree with that. I
I
think all
wouldn't
people
disagree with it.
I think all people have hearts, because and if black people have some of the biggest hearts on the planet, then
Uh-huh.
I don't think a lot of the conditions that are going on in our communities will be going on in our communities. You know, think about what you just said.
Well, that's
Black
because of
people,
the
hold up,
that's
hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm gonna let you go.
mhm,
Black people, you said black people have some of the biggest hearts in the world. Now look at some of these rich black celebrities
mhm,
that has not ever went back to the neighborhood where they came from to help to build a school, a community center, a housing center, a goddamn laundromat, a bookstore.
mhm.
But what will they do? They will sell
We're
their
going there.
shoes. Hold up.
Yeah.
They will sell their shoes. They will sell their clothes. They will sell their alcohol. They will sell their music. They will sell their dolls. But we got the biggest hearts on the planet.
Hmm.
How?
If I take,
Where?
hold
Show me
up.
this. Show me this.
I'm gonna show you right now. If I take any race of people and put them through what black people have been going through in this country,
No,
just in
no,
this
no,
country.
no,
Hold
no, no,
on,
no,
slow down. Let
no,
me
no,
finish.
Marlon,
Don't cut me
Marlon,
off. Let me
Marlon,
talk.
Marlon,
I'll let you
Marlon.
go, Sabio.
You
Let me say
said
this.
you said that black people have the biggest hearts on the planet. I don't want to go down the slavery trade trail and all that. No, I want you to show me how black people have the biggest hearts on the planet.
We do.
Because
Because
I think
if
we
we
have the
weren't put
same.
in a
So I think we
position,
have
if
heart.
we weren't put in a position where we felt like we had to do what we had to do to survive, then you wouldn't see that side of it. Honestly. And you know that's the truth. Yeah. We come from a
That's
place of
mentality.
everything. We don't need nothing.
That's called mentality. That's called the will to live.
Exactly. They did the
Our
same thing to
ancestors,
the Europeans did it to themselves in Europe. When they
our
put the country,
ancestors, the ancestors that survived for me and you and be here were very strong.
hmm definitely, I agree.
ex- Especially if they were caught up in that transatlantic or that sub-Saharan slave trade. Either one. If they were caught up in either one of those slave trades, our ancestors were very strong people
Yes,
in
they
order
were.
for us to be here. They lived through
Yes,
some
they were.
horrific conditions in order to breed our great grandparents
And who did these?
and our
What people did?
grandparents and
Hold
our
on.
grandparent and our
What
mother and
people
father.
did these horrific things to us?
Spanish, European,
Okay, and they're
French,
all what?
British.
Caucasian.
Sometimes, but did you know sometimes they had African overseers?
Oh yeah.
So you
Oh
can
yeah.
always put it. So you can always put it. You cannot. So sometimes it was the black man dishing out the punishment on the black people.
Yeah. And still is today. You know what? You're right. Because I did some studies, man. Oh, not back in the day. I'm talking about right now today.
And I'm not
And let me say
apologizing
this.
for the
Don't
white
don't you
people
know?
at
No, I'm
all.
not apologizing either. But do you understand that the queen right now that is in Europe right now, all the riches and money that she has, you know who she inherited that from? Her black nobility ancestors in Europe. Most of those
Who?
people that live in, huh?
There. So now you talking about King James is black and all them. Come on, Marlon. King James
I
is
don't know
not
about
black.
King. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said
The
she
the
inherited
stewards,
all
the
her
stewards,
riches,
the
and I'll
stewards
post
are
the
not the
video again
steward,
for
the
anybody who
stewards,
wants to see it.
the stewards were not black.
Trust me, Holmes. They said that this woman inherited all of her inheritance and her money and riches from her black nobility ancestors in Europe. So you're right. Black people are in Europe. They've been in Europe, and
Oh
some of
my
them still
goodness
have.
gracious.
Oh man, you can say what you want. This is proven. Like I said, I'll post the video if anybody want to see it. They said,
Now, so now the stewards are black.
"Hey, you never know. I won't know." But that's what was said.
Ain't he pure black? Marlon is
That's what
wild.
was said. Come on, brother. Come on, man. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of makes me think that those people are pretty much behind what's going on because in order to keep people from not knowing or figuring out what's going on, you cause confusion. Okay. And when you push a Caucasian at black people and you give them the power that they have, and black people seem like they're bound and they can't do anything about it, we're gonna hate white people. But what if there was a black person or black nobility behind these people?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Hey, think about it, bro. It would keep people from coming at them. It would keep people
Mm,
from wanting
mm,
to find
mm.
out what they got because they too busy fighting with each other to try to think about it. Makes a lot of sense to me. And when I heard that a queen gets her world, all her gold, money, everything, all the property she inherited, all the country she inherited, comes from black nobility ancestors in Europe,
Marlon,
that
Marlon,
kind of made me
stop.
like,
Marlon, Marlon,
hmm,
Marlon, Marlon,
nope,
Marlon. There was no black nobility. I'm
I
sorry.
disagree.
The Moors and all that shit,
I disagree.
Black King James, Black Constantine, and all that shit gotta go.
Well, I never heard Constantine was black, but yeah, I heard that the African had a pretty strong hold on Europe, and being that they had so much
Listen,
when they went in
Marlon,
there, they
Marlon,
couldn't
Marlon,
be
Marlon,
touched.
Marlon,
And to
Marlon.
this day,
What
they
did you,
still can't
Marlon,
be touched.
Marlon? Slow down, slow down, slow down,
Hmm.
slow down, because you
Hmm.
said something earlier, and I need you to pay attention to what you be saying, and I don't think you
Hmm.
do. Didn't you earlier in this conversation that say that the Africans didn't leave Africa?
I didn't say they didn't. I said they didn't have to. We didn't leave Africa to go nowhere to start wars. The only place we okay
Hold up, hold up, hold
in
up,
due
hold
to
up, hold up.
history,
Stop,
due to
stop,
history, the
stop.
only
No,
place
no,
we ever
no.
ran
Stop,
into war like
stop,
that
stop.
was in
No,
Europe,
stop, 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 stop,
and you know that's true.
stop. No, no, no. Stop, because you just said what I thought you said. The Africans did not go anywhere creating wars. So in order for them to get over there to Europe and England, they would need boats.
No, not necessarily.
Oh my
You could walk
goodness
right in.
gracious.
Africa and Europe is connected, bro. You
Oh
don't
my
have to take a
goodness
boat to get
gracious.
there. You could walk into Europe.
Oh, oh
You can
gosh.
walk right into it. Yes, you can.
Oh
Oh
God.
gosh, my behind the land is
Oh my
connected, bro. You don't have.
gosh.
You do not have
Oh
to
my
cross water to
God.
get into Europe, bro. You can walk in. You can walk straight from Africa right into Europe.
Oh, are y'all
Yes, you
listening to
can.
this?
Yeah, I hope they are, and I hope they get a map out and look at it. You can walk right right from Africa right into Europe. Cross
You
some
mean
mountains, you'll
into
be right in
you
Europe.
mean it you mean into the Middle East?
Yeah, if you go through the Middle East, yeah, you go right there and you can go straight into Europe. You don't have to you don't have to take no boat there. You don't.
You're I'm talking you said England. You didn't say Europe. You said England. They have to take a boat to get to the Britain. Britain is an
Yeah, they do.
island. It's an
They do.
island. So how
Yeah,
were
fat
they going to
boats.
get to an island?
Okay, if they had to go to Britain, yeah, but most of the black people that went to Europe were right there in Spain, Portugal, and places like that, Germany and places like that. A lot of them didn't mess with Britain. That's why they had a stronghold on
Hold
Britain.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up,
Yeah,
hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. How could they not mess with Britain if that's where the king was, sir?
bro, you had kings all
And
over.
that's
You
where
had
the
kings
queen
in
is. Hold
Spain.
up, hold up.
You had
No, we're
kings
specific. We're
in
Marlon,
Portugal.
Marlon. We're
You had kings in
specific.
Italy.
Marlon. Marlon, quit jumping all over the globe. You're
I'm not.
specifically
I'm just telling you
talking
how it was.
about, no,
These are
stop,
different
Marlon.
countries.
We are specifically talking about England.
Why you want to
We are
make it
not talking
specific when
about,
we were talking
no,
about Europe?
because this is what, no, you specifically said England, sir.
I did.
Yes.
I said the
You
Queen
specifically
of
said the
England
Queen of England.
inherited
The
her, yes,
the queen,
from black nobility in
so
Europe.
stop.
So
So
that tells you
stop.
that we were
So
there, but we
Marlon,
also
Marlon,
walked into.
Marlon, slow
Yeah.
down. Slow down.
You need to slow down and listen to what I'm
No,
saying.
no, I don't. Because
Yes,
this
you do.
is pseudo madness.
Okay, sir. We'll explain it.
So
You explain to me.
again, you just said that the Africans did not go over to those countries warring, but in order for a king or somebody to take over a country, they would have to war with those people.
Right.
You just said that they didn't go to war with any outside. They didn't go out of Africa warring with people.
Okay. My mistake. And history tells us that they did, and they did. In Europe, they did. Went over there with war. Hannibal Barker went over there on the backs of elephants.
Oh my goodness, not Hannibal Barker. Well, there's not even
Why
evidence
not?
he existed.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. All the evidence I get says he existed. Anybody can pull him up right now and read a whole lot of stuff about it. You can Google his name right now.
There's
Right
very
up.
little evidence on the existence. Me, Black Lion Supreme, and Rocky was talking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
There's very little evidence of Hannibal Barker existing.
Mm-hmm. So where did the historical event come from?
There's a lot of events that people made up that aren't historical.
Okay, so the African
Romulus and Remus. Romulus and Remus. That Rome is named after.
Right.
They supposed to have a war. They supposed to have a war in the belly or some shit.
So Ramesses didn't exist either.
I didn't say Ramesses didn't exist. What?
Okay,
How the hell did we get to Ramesses?
Because they spoke.
Why do people always run to Egypt?
Oh, come on,
God
man.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. He was mentioned in the whole thing, bro. He was also mentioned. He was the one that actually brought.
Can we stay out of Egypt? Please stay out of Egypt. Please stay out of Egypt.
Okay, well, he was the one that was named for bringing masonry into Europe. Okay, that's why I said what I said about it. I'm not wrong about that. I know. That's what
Rocky said Hannibal did exist.
He did.
I said I don't know.
He did.
I still don't know because I ain't really seen too much and read too much. And what I have read, it's not a lot. It's about that little war. I mean, if he existed, he existed. Cool.
Trust me, he did exist, man.
Okay, that's cool. But he was in Carthage, correct?
Right.
Okay.
That's where he landed. That's where he landed.
That's Africa, right? That's Africa, right?
Right.
That's not England.
Because the Romans were trying to take over his port and stop his
Is that England? Is that England, Marlon?
No, it's not. It's right across the water from it, though.
No, Europe is a big ass continent.
Exactly.
Europe is not. Hold up.
Carthage is right next to Rome, bro. On the other side of the water.
Hold up. Let me. Because do you know Europe is not a country, right?
You say Europe is not a country?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
It's a nation of countries. It's a conglomeration of all those countries that call themselves European.
So it would almost be a continent then.
So yeah. So it'll be all those continents under the European banner, the EU, the European Union.
Right.
All right. So when you say European, you have to be specific about a country and name a country. So that's why I was saying England. You understand? because
Yes.
that's what we were specifically talking about. We were talking about the Queen of England that you
Hmm.
said inherited her money from the black
Nobility there. Yes.
nobility that was there. So you must be talking about the Stuarts.
I don't know who they were per se name wise, but it said black nobility. And I know nobility, you're not a noble person unless you have a lot of money and a lot of respect, a lot of land. So
Huh?
yeah, you what? You don't know that?
They
You
had
can't
some
be a
broke kings.
noble.
Did you know there was some broke kings and queens?
Uh, I
Constantine
would
was
believe
broke.
that,
Did you know
especially in
Emperor?
Europe.
Did you know Emperor Constantine was broke?
Yeah. What man, listen,
Hold up, hold
what
up,
did
hold
the
up. You
Europeans have to get?
hold up. Marlon. You
Mhm.
just said that they had money. Emperor Constantine was broke.
Do you I said before that they inherited a lot from black nobility.
He was broke.
I understand that. And I'm telling you what happened. I mean, this is what they said themselves. The person that
Marlon.
was doing the video was Caucasian. So she
Oh
said
my
it
God.
herself.
Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
All this speculation
Mm.
is crazy, bro.
Mm-mm. It's not
And this is
speculation.
and this is what happens when blackology isn't mixed, isn't filled with good research methods.
This is good research because they have proof of all this stuff.
Sometimes you
So it's
have to
not
do
black
in
knowledge.
sometimes you have to do independent research.
And I did. And I did.
I really don't think you have fact checked anything that you're talking about. I think you're just talking out of emotion right now.
No,
Like
brother. Sorry. I'm not
like
emotional about it.
the main topic, it should be out there, Rocky. I see it. The main topic is, are all white people inherently evil? And I
Mm-hmm.
say no, all white people aren't inherently evil. Yeah, we're trying to stay on topic. I think we didn't covered that topic, and I don't think you want to talk
All right.
about that anymore because, to me, if he say white people are inherently evil, then that means we were inherently evil, and the evil was grafted out of us according to the Yakub theory, and
All right.
it was all
Be
put into the
careful now
white
because
people.
that's where you're going with what you just said now. Because what I told you is
I'm
that
going
was
off of
grafted
I'm
out
going
of
off
us.
of your
Okay.
hypothesis,
That's what I'm
but
trying to tell you.
but but you had Africans doing evil things to Africans during this supposed time. So it don't make sense. If you said Africans was
It,
going to war with Africans and they were making Africans slaves and stuff like that, then how is that? How are Africans not evil if Africans was
okay.
killing
Well,
other Africans?
you know this the same way that I know it. You know, Africans. Thank you so much. Okay, yes, appreciate it. Did do things like that, but it wasn't to the point. It wasn't like they did it. We
It
didn't
doesn't
do it
matter.
to.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter
You see.
because we didn't.
No,
Hold
we're
on.
talking about evil. We're talking about
Mhm.
evil,
Mhm.
and there's no level to evil. If
No, it
you
isn't.
kill me, it's evil. If I kill you, it's
Right.
evil.
Yeah. If I smack you in the face, that's evil. Why?
Exactly.
I didn't
There's
have
no
a reason to
levels to
do it.
evil.
It isn't.
You can't say because this skin was whiter or this skin was darker, it was more evil. Evil is evil.
I understand that, brother. But what I'm
So
trying to tell you
stop
is,
trying to differentiate the evils by saying because over in Africa we killed everybody off, but we let the babies live. It wasn't as evil. The white people did the same shit.
mm,
The Muslims did the same shit.
they're killing babies too. Yeah? They don't want none of your blood left around.
Nah,
These are
sometimes
real.
they did take the women and children. They enslaved the
Some
women and children. Who do you think most
right.
of the slaves were? Young teenage boys, young girls, and young women, and babies. Sometimes they would kill the babies because might not be able, but most times they took them,
Mm-hmm.
young
Yeah,
men,
you can use
women,
the
and
expendables. You
little
can use them.
boys
Yeah, you
because they
can
could
use
sell
them.
them. They could use them. Exactly.
Yeah.
You go.
That's the king's way of doing things. If any king takes over any place, he's
but
gonna do that.
The Africans did it the same way. So how's that any less evil than the white people?
Because I would say, I don't know. You know, I can't speak for the African, but what I will say is I don't believe they had a world domination plan.
I don't
You
either.
know, because they
I
didn't they
don't
didn't
either.
go after the world.
Because and this is why they didn't have a world domination plan, because it was too many different nations and
Thank
tribes
you.
and people on the continent of Africa for them to get together to have a world domination plan.
Exactly. That's why I said the European had to have a domination plan because we didn't have anything. And at the
I
same
don't think
time, at the
their
same
plan came
time,
together as they started conquering shit. They had the right laws and things to make it easier for them to secure and hold on to the shit that they was conquering. That's all.
right, and those laws were not laws. They were bullshit. Because if you went by civil human law, none of those laws would pertain. They wouldn't hold a cup of water because it's evil.
Unfor-
It's evil.
um,
It's evil.
unfortunately, there are some evil laws that lived, you know,
Yeah.
and
Today, right now,
it's
today,
because of what the powers that be wrote the law.
greed, greed.
Had the continent of Africa decided to do what the Europeans did, the European nations did,
Mm-hmm.
would it have been looked at as evil?
Yeah, they would have, but they didn't have to because
I'm
they don't
talking
need
about
nothing.
no. I'm talking about, would you look at what if the Africans had did what the Europeans did to Africa? Would you look at it as evil?
Now, as a human, I would feel it, yeah. But being that it was my people that's doing it, I really wouldn't give a damn. I would like it because now we would be definitely in power. I wouldn't have nothing to worry about. I'm a black man. We run the world. I mean, I ain't got to worry about nothing.
You see
Yeah,
this blackology. It's
it's not
evil when
blackology.
it's
I'm just
done to
being
us.
real.
It's not evil when it's done to other people.
Okay, and
It would have
any
been
people,
for me, it would have been evil, no matter
it
which
would
way.
have been, but
Why?
you
No,
would still, you would still, uh, uh, be
unfortunately, reap
a
the
part of what's
benefits.
going on, and you would be exactly.
Unfortunately, reap the
You would
benefits.
definitely reap the
Okay,
benefits. Yes, you
okay,
would.
I would unfortunately reap the benefits.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
exactly.
but I would still consider it evil. You just said
Okay,
it
me
wouldn't
too.
be evil. You said you wouldn't give a damn.
Me too. I'd sit back with a big key of cocaine. Well, we sure did them. We did them people wrong, man. But goddamn, this some good shit. I mean, come on, bro. We human. Any human that was getting reaping the benefits of their people doing something evil to somebody else wouldn't complain about that shit because, hey, I ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm good. Hey, shit. I ain't got to worry about nobody touching me, saying nothing to me because we rule. So
You
yeah, I
see,
mean,
you see this blackology. You see what it
it's not
does.
blackology. That's the truth.
It's no worse than religion sometimes, because it
It
puts you
isn't.
into a box and it makes you
Mm,
look at things from that box perspective only.
I
I'm looking
wouldn't
at
say
things
that.
humanely. I'm looking at things humanely. And no matter how it had been done, it would have been easy, evil.
It would have been, and I would have felt that in my. I would have felt that, but it
But the
still wouldn't
fact,
stop me from
but
that
the
thing
but the but the fact
reaping the
that you could
benefits.
say, but the fact that you could say that you wouldn't give a damn, you wouldn't look at that means you wouldn't have looked at it as evil had the situation been reversed.
Okay, well let me not say that. Okay, in
You
my
can't.
heart,
I
being
mean,
a
you
human.
did
Hold on.
that
Let me
can't
finish.
take
Let
that
me
back.
finish.
Best believe that.
Being the human that I am and the person that I am, I know right and I know wrong, and I don't like wrongdoing. But if my brother and we was hurting in the crib, my brother went out and murked the dude and came back to 4 keys, and we started coming up. I mean, I would be, hey man, you shouldn't have did that to that dude, but hey, this money is good. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. We human, so it
Hold
don't
up,
matter what
hold
we
up.
what we did to somebody else. But if we're reaping the benefits, we don't care. We care, but we don't.
No,
You feel me?
no, but see, that's hold. You, I do. There's certain
Hmm.
things. There's certain things that as I started getting out of my teenage years, getting into my adult years, I started looking at some of the things that I used to do. Like, dude, you was a fucked
Dead
up
wrong. Me
person.
too. I did that the other day. I did that just the other day.
Hold up. Like, I remember my first time selling dope to a family member's friend, crack cocaine. My heart fell to the floor and I stopped selling dope. I
How you
never
think I
sold it
felt? I used
again.
to sell it to my uncle. He's dead now. How you think I feel, bro?
So my humanity kept me from selling drugs,
Me too.
cocaine, and hard drugs. It wasn't because I was scared to go to jail or any of that. It was the person I knew me and her son grew up together.
I agree with you. I had a lot of friends in school that used to sell their moms and stuff dope.
So,
But when they
so,
come to school, they look like trash. And I was like, man, that's
hold
messed up.
but hold on. I'm showing you the contrast. Is you was able to continue to do that. You feel me? My humanity would not allow me to do that.
Mine either.
But you just said that you used to sell it to him.
Yes, I did.
So
that's what I said. I
rock.
used to.
Listen,
brothers, real quick. We got Rocky in the building. We gonna go ahead and get some moderation and some order to this dialogue, so we can stay completely on topic. Rocky, I'm gonna turn it over to y'all.
But I'm not gonna deal. Hey, I'm not gonna deal with Rocky if he ain't bring Bullwinkle with him.
But wow.
Rocky.
That was a good one, Marlon. That was a good one.
Man, that was my favorite cartoon, brother.
But welcome, Jeff Lacey. Welcome to the conversation, Professor Jeff. How you doing today, sir? You just said I'm Caucasian and I'm not evil.
Here's what I would like. 5 to 10 minutes a piece to do what y'all do. If you got a question, ask it. Let the other one answer. Basically, Rocky gonna run it how he see fit. But now y'all are each have time to say what you gotta say, get it out, stay completely on point. I ain't say y'all was completely off, but y'all veered into some other lanes. So
yeah,
I'm gonna turn it over to the young genius Rocky and let y'all do what y'all do.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
We finna get smacked up now.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Can y'all hear me good? Y'all can hear me good?
Rocky. Yeah, we got you.
Sir.
American Dream, you stupid. Sir. You stupid. Why you gonna say he gonna be known as evil? Professor Evil. You silly.
American Who are you talking about?
He's talking about Jeff Lacey, the professor in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So I fell off a little bit while y'all was in the middle of while y'all was going back and forth. But I saw that and when I was in the audience, bro, this was so off track. So I don't know how y'all want to backtrack it. If y'all want to start and like maybe restate your opinion and the reason why, or if y'all feel like y'all too far from that, y'all can just speak each, but do your best to stay on topic.
No, we can go back and go back to the top, and get back in the topic. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't think
that's cool.
I think what we was talking about was cool because we was still on topic to me.
Well,
I'm talking about selling dope.
Hey, well, it sounded, that was off topic. That was off topic. So, I want to get into the.
Go ahead. My fault.
I want to just get into the question of the show today, right?
Right.
Let's get into the title of the show today. That's what we need to get into. So I want Marlon to go first because Marlon is on the pro side, right? So Marlon, it's 6:37. You got till 6:42. You got to go ahead and state go ahead and make your, you know what I mean?
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Now, my whole thing to white people being inherently evil comes from the history of you know, what happened to white people. Of course, they are human, but any human, when they're put in a situation of survival and ways to survive or what they need to survive, will do, and it's been proven throughout history, they will do what they have to do. And that's every race of man on this planet, from Chinese, Asian, black, white, whatever color, when they hurting. And that's like a dog. If he sees his dog bowl is empty and the other dog got food, he gonna go over there and try to get some. So being inherently evil isn't saying that you were born evil. It's inherent. You could inherit it from going through a situation. You could inherit it from
Oh, hell no. Marlon, I'm sorry, bro.
no.
Piagi, I hope you're
Hold
not
on,
mad at me for this interruption. But that ain't what
bro.
inherently evil mean, my boy. I'm just trying to tell
Okay.
you, Marlon.
So you're saying inherently through genetics and stuff, right?
No, sir.
Okay, inherently meaning.
Go ahead. That was rude of me to
No, I'm
interrupt.
asking.
Just
I
go
want
ahead.
I want you to
Go
get me.
ahead.
I want you to get me because I'm explaining to you. What do you mean by inherent?
Give it to him, Rocky.
It mean inherent specifically means something that's like essential. Something that's like essential. It's like the essence. It's a base part of that, right?
Okay, it's like the way of them.
There's no certain group of people without evil. Like you gotta have it. You feel me? It's they go together. The specific definition of inherent. Let me pull up the specific definition
Oh, I got
of
it.
inherent so we
I
can't
got it.
mix it up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Go
Get me
got
ahead,
it,
right so
Rocky.
I can tell
Esabio.
you so I can explain the right way. Get
The,
me
the,
right.
the definition of inherent is existing in something as permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute.
Exactly what I was
Yeah,
saying. That's what I was explaining. You know,
you
like
said
I said,
inherent. Like,
like okay, like if
go
you
ahead,
say
go
all
ahead,
right,
go ahead, though.
if
Go ahead.
you were born poor and you never had nothing, you see somebody got something and you go take it from them. That's not inherent. That you were born that way or that your people were always that way. That's not inherent. Question: is that not inherent?
I mean, your question is to Sabio. I just said that to clear the stuff up
No,
for the
I'm just
rest of the
asking that. I'm
audience.
just saying. Does that mean that's what that means, right?
No,
Because
that's
No.
reactionary.
okay, that's
That's
reactionary.
reactionary. But I don't want to get into those things. I just pause you to clear it up so we can make sure that we know exactly what we talking about in the discussion today. That's the only reason why I paused you like that. You feel me?
Okay,
But
so you want me to just give
I'm
it
gonna
to
give
you
you. I'm gonna
raw
give
then?
you. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes because I took that off your time. So you got until 1:44. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm
My
looking at
whole
my
thing is,
broken watch. 6:44.
all right. I'm gonna say this from what I was taught. These people were grafted from us, and they are the opposite of who and what we are. Now, anybody can say, "Oh, black people are heartless. They kill each other. They do this to each other." Hell, we got it from somebody because yeah, we did it on the continent. We did it, but we didn't do it the way we do it here in America today. I know, and most of the people that we either conquered or took over, we didn't kill a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It was done different, but it was done for different reasons. We didn't have to take nothing from nobody because we didn't need nothing. These people need, they need gold. They need whatever the hell, and they didn't have anything there. We did. Now, when it comes down to history with the Hannibal Barker situation, I can't explain why he would want to go into Europe unless he saw that there was going to be a problem. Now, y'all don't want me to involve Yakub in this, but if you think about Yakub literally, you say, "Oh, he isn't real." Okay, if you think about him as a mind state or a spirit,
You got like 30 seconds left, my boy.
then he would have done exactly what we did, and that's graft ourselves into the Caucasian. And that's where I feel we came. That's where I feel it came from, because we are original man. So I'll conclude with that for now.
All right. Go ahead, Sabio. Marlon, I'm
So,
gonna need you to mute out while Sabio
Okay,
speaks.
okay.
so are white people inherently evil? No, nobody is inherently evil because evil is dependent on the people and that person. Now, he's laid out some things that he would say would make these people evil, such as hunger, living conditions, and things like that. Well, if you're starving and you're hungry, I guess you are, and you homeless and you need things to survive, you will kind of be evil. You will do some things to go take some things from some other people in order to survive. That's not evil. It's called not wanting to die. It's called surviving. Um, um, he made some weird connections with Yakub. I ain't gonna even touch on Yakub because I thought we already covered that. In order to be inherently evil, you have to be born with it. We are all born with the qualities of good and evil. It what you plan, what you choose to do with those qualities. Now, because you had a race of people that decided to take some things, flip it, and mix it up and oppress some people, that don't make them evil. You have people oppressing people throughout human history on this continent. You can say Africans was evil because they oppressed people. They had people enslaved. They captured people of war and enslaved them. It's written all on the walls, all on the walls. That's all you got to do. Evil is all dependent on the people and what exactly is going on with those people. A murderer is a murderer. Don't matter what color that murderer is. You just said that black people wasn't killing black people in Africa. What? You had all
Sabio, you
these
got like a minute and 30 left.
you had all these different tribes at war. All of these tribes didn't get along on the continent, fighting over resources. This wasn't evil when they was spearing their brothers because they had spears and bows and arrows and rocks and mallets and used fist to hand-to-hand combat. And in America, they shooting people. It's tribalism. We are tribal people. Evil is inherent to anybody that chooses to do evil. Jeffrey Dahmer was evil. That's evil. Eating people. Um, um, what's his name? The cop from Michigan, Lacey. John Wayne Gacy, burying people under his house, 25 bodies. That's evil. Men, young men, that's evil. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, that's evil. John Mohammed, Lee Boyd Malvo, evil.
All right, bro, you got like 30 seconds left.
Derek Chauvin, Travis McMichael, his father, Greg McMichael, evil.
All right, that's time. It's over with. All right. I'm tweaking, man. I'm supposed to be muting Sabio to tweet muting myself. That's a good opening round. I know there's just a discussion, so I don't know if Marlon wanna come back with a response. Or if you want me to ask y'all questions or however y'all want to do it, we can do it. We can rock it out like that.
You can ask questions, or he can respond, or whatever. It don't matter.
Marlon, you want to go another round?
Yes.
You want to go? You want to have another time response, and then after that, y'all can go do. Y'all can do like a bullet back and forth, and then we get some
Yeah.
questions or something like that.
Yeah, it's just a couple of things I wanted to address that he said.
All right. Well, we gonna set it at 4 minutes. But
That'll work.
if you finish any earlier, you know what I mean. Just let me know when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, he spoke of the African being evil towards the African on the continent. And you got to understand that because Africa is a huge continent. So you got countries there. And I can understand other countries not agreeing with one other country because maybe the king or whoever was the ruler of that one country wanted things to be the way he wanted them to be. And the king of the country that he was invading or wanted to invade was like, we ain't rocking with that. So I can understand them having a war. And yes, everybody does have evil inherently. But the black man has never sought or seemed to want to take over the world. He only wanted his space. You feel me? On the other hand, the Caucasian wants the whole world. They want it all. And I understand, being that, Europe is not that big of a continent compared to Africa, it's kind of small. So, they started rubbing elbows with each other. And they're like, you have to spread out. So we're going to have to find some other land to conquer so that we won't kill each other up over here. Understood. Now, evil, it is inherent to everybody. I won't say that. And I won't say that we do, because everybody has two sides. We have an evil side and a good side. Depends on what side you want to choose in whatever situation you're in. Now, we don't have a plan to take over the world. I've never heard of or seen any black person that was trying to take over the world. Now, I understand why the Caucasians would want to, because they come from a small area. And it's a small amount of it. So if I am a human, but in that situation, I don't know. I can't say. I don't think that it would drive me to want to become the ruler or take over the world. But like I said, I can understand that in their case. Yeah. We said we weren't going to get into the creation or when they came about, so I won't go there. But that has a lot to do with what's going on, I feel. Um, like I said, Africans, yeah, we went to war with other Africans. It's a huge continent. Bound to happen. So that happens right on certain streets. Right down the street, you got a problem with somebody and they want to run the whole block. And, nah, you ain't having that. You're gonna have problems with it. That's just how it is. But we get down to the heart of people. I have to say, no matter how people see black people, I still say we have the biggest hearts as human beings on this planet. Seriously. I mean, after living here and seeing what's going on, doing history of things that happened, I have to say that. And I'm pretty sure that anybody listening to this right now or in the back chat or anywhere else, no matter how you feel, you have to say the same thing. We don't create things to hurt people. Sure, we'll fight with you, of course. But we're not trying to dominate the world. And Africa is a huge continent. They could have easily taken the world if they wanted. It ain't in the hearts of them to do that. I don't see it. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Do you yield your time? Do you yield the rest of your time?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. There was some interesting stuff. Some of the big headed scientist stuff Marlon was talking about. You feel me?
Mhm.
Well, we can go ahead and move to Sabio.
So I'm gonna be brief. Um, the one thing that I don't think he don't want to take into account is that we are genetically connected to every other person on this planet. Like
Okay.
I was telling this man that I have Caucasian DNA, and I asked him, "Does that make me evil?" And if I can claim my British and Irish ancestry, and if I was to say that I'm Caucasian, would that make me evil? Because he's saying white people are inherently evil. In order for you to be inherently evil, that means you have to want to make everybody on this planet less than you. They didn't do that to everybody. They did that to specific groups of people that they wrote doctrines for in order to control these things. Now, if it wasn't for the disunity of Africa, maybe it would not have been able to happen to Africa. As you said,
Gotcha.
as you said earlier, Marlon, Africa got a whole bunch of continents. It's 52, a whole bunch of countries, excuse me, 52. Um,
54.
maybe it is 54. I thought it was 52. Maybe it is 54. It's one of them numbers. Um, anyway, had 45 of those nations been united, maybe the slave trades would not have been able to happen. It was because of the disunity that some of these so-called evils were able to happen to the continent and to the people that it happened to. You have to understand that everybody has slaves. Everybody had slaves. There was a time when the Europeans was enslaving Europeans, man. Were they evil then? Were the Africans evil when they were enslaving Africans? These are the questions that you really have to ask yourself and deal with wholeheartedly. I say no. I say they were being humans, doing the things that they had to do in order for those countries and peoples to survive. It's unfortunate that it happened, but it's a part of human history.
All right, that's Tom. That's Tom. Um, okay. I don't think the question was answered. Are they inherently evil? But there was some by either side. But it was a good look. You feel me? So now we're gonna go into the rapid fire joint.
I said no.
So y'all,
And I
so
said,
y'all
I
gonna
think I
have.
broke it down why.
Nah,
Oh,
you did you did. I'm just saying my opinion. You feel me? But you did say no. You did say no. Yes, you did. Um, and Marlon said yes, kinda, but it was kind of like, you know what I mean? It was a little bit mixed up when he broke it down and to explain it. I think Marlon would actually probably agree with you more on the way you broke it down, but that's just me. I'm not Marlon. Now
I would agree.
y'all got like y'all got a rapid fire round. And I'm gonna just let y'all go. But we're gonna do it it's 6:58. I'm gonna let y'all go till for let's do 10 minutes till 7:08. If y'all don't want to go that long, we can just cut it short.
So, so what would make you say why would you say white people are inherently evil and they come from us. Wouldn't that make black
Okay.
people inherently evil?
No, it wouldn't make black people inherently evil. It would make us human that we have an evil side. And like you said, what makes a person inherently evil are the things that happen or the things that cause them to be that. Now, Africans, of course, every human has an evil side. And from the explanation of the story, that's the side that was taken from us and grafted into them. Okay. Now, true, the European did the same thing on this continent that the Africans did on their continent. You know, we may have not done it the way that they did it, or we probably did. I don't know for sure. But yeah, we had wars with other countries. We had wars with other tribes. But as far as world domination, it was never said or never even mentioned in the African diaspora. So to me, that would pretty much make the Caucasian a seriously evil inheritant person because who cares about dominating the world? If I'm good on my little
Was
two
that a
acres of land,
question?
I don't need
Oh,
yeah, I don't need anything else around me. If I'm good, I don't
okay.
need it.
So let me answer your question that you asked because if I had the capacity and the ability to dominate the world, I
Mm-hmm.
would. And if I
Mm.
had a tribe and I had a group of people, I was with, and that's why I asked you that earlier. I gave you that hypothetical earlier about that African tribe
Mm-hmm.
because that is the mindset that you have to have. I have to go establish myself now. And see at the time, see what you're to realize, and this is history that we're talking about, but I'm trying to put it in a context where you can understand it. That's why I use that. But that's why I would want to if I had that ability. I would want to dominate the world if I had that ability. That way, people will have to follow my things the way that I want things to do. If I had that type of power at that time, if I was existed, you understand? That's why those people did what they did because they needed to establish themselves as a world power. They were in a global market that was being created, and they did not want to be left behind as they were leaving behind other continents and other people.
Okay,
Do you,
so that
do you
doesn't
understand?
okay, so that doesn't make them like a demonic type to
No,
be that way.
no,
No?
that makes them people that wanted to survive and be able to participate on a global scale with the powers of the world. Had Africa been
So
united, had hold up, and I'm gonna let you get in. Had Africa been united, maybe they would have been able to fight off some of the evil things, some of the practices that was put on the continent and those people. Do you understand how them being blocked out and partitioned off separated them from the rest of the world, the guns, the gunpowder, the technology, the ships, and all that the Europeans, the Spanish, and all those, the Muslims and all those was using to colonize the rest of the world. And where was Africa? Where were the
right,
Africans?
right.
So,
So that tells
so, so again, you at this time you had these small, you had these powers rising, and these specific group of people leaving persecution that they were facing that we talked about earlier. They were relieving religious persecution and all other types of persecution. They wanted to be what? Relevant. They wanted to survive in a world that was building up around them. So they adopted the practices of the people around it. If the Africans had adopted some of the practices, you could have called the Africans evil because what? They could have been enslaving people, different races of people. Had they had the technology to go over to Europe and kidnap some people and bring them back to Africa and enslave them, they probably would have.
Fact is, I think they did. They did. Before the invention of the gun, man, you don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on, bro. Africans were the top.
Y'all got 4 minutes. Excuse me. Y'all got
Africans
4 minutes left.
Okay, Africans were top notch as far as any type of a physical fight, any type of a weapon. We were top notch. So
You know that blackology.
no. That's the real.
That's interesting, Marlon.
That's real.
Why would
that's
you,
why the gun
why
was
you say
invented?
that?
Because it's true. Look at athletes and stuff. No, I'm not pushing the black ticket, but let's be real. Who are the top notch athletes on the planet? Black people.
Tom Brady, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Alex Caruso.
Sabio, with all due respect, Tom Brady can throw the hell out of a ball, but that man ain't no athlete like Chris Paul or Devin Booker or DeAndre Ayton.
You can't put him
or Anthony Davis or Antonio Brown.
Cooper Cup.
Man, come on, Sabio. You can't just think of all the white folks you know off the top of your head and just start naming them. Come on, man. Alex Caruso is a good athlete, but Alex Caruso ain't nothing compared to somebody like Messi. Messi goes stupid, you hear me? Ronaldo and them go stupid.
And all I'm saying is, T-boning off of what Rocky just said, all I'm saying is that I understand, you know what I mean? The Africans were in such power that if any other country around them, any other country had thought of what the Caucasian thought of, it would be the same thing. Or if they all did it at the same time and decided to go against Africa, they probably would have taken Africa out to the point right now where we would be really, really nobody to the situation here. You feel me? But but like I said, the Caucasian deals with intelligence because his physical doesn't match up. And I don't care how you take it. I don't care who gets mad about it. Hey, I'm gonna be real.
Hell?
I'm just trying to tell you. If we go to war, hold up. If we go to war with Europe right now, and we do it like we did back then, they would not make it. The Romans, all them dudes would be done, bro.
So Marlon,
no guns now, and we just going off the straight physical.
Do you know what you just?
And they know it.
Do you know what you just said?
What?
You just basically said that the only way they beat us was because they were smarter than us.
They invented a gun, yes.
That don't mean they were smart. That means they had the technology.
Yeah. They had the thought of it. We didn't think of it because we were physically dominant. Do you understand that?
Marlon, you wildin'. I know, but Sabio, I don't know if that's what Marlon just said though. Marlon, I hope that ain't what you was trying to say.
What did I just say?
I hope that's not what you was trying to say.
That's what he was trying to say.
What did you think I said?
This is one thing, right? And we're getting to the closing.
Let me get you right, Rocky. You saying that I said they were smarter than us?
No, I'm saying, hold on. Let me say we get into the closing of the rapid fire round. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm gonna walk to this gas station and get some gas. But I'm saying I hope that's not what you're. I hope that's not what you're saying, because everybody has the same amount of intelligence depending on what you do with it in that particular environment. You know.
Exactly. Okay, what I would say then
And
is
white and gunpowder didn't even come from Europe.
No, it
no,
didn't.
it
It
didn't.
got from Asia.
It came from
Right,
Asia.
right. But who invented the gun? The Caucasian. Of
No.
course, the gunpowder came from Asia. But they found a way to make a tool that could outspeed or outwit any man. So I don't have to physically come into contact with you. I can hit you from a distance. And that's all I was saying. I wasn't trying to big or put black people on top of the damn world, but what I was saying is just the truth, man.
So
And the Asian
again,
will tell you the same thing.
you're wrong.
No, I'm
The
not.
gun wasn't invented by the Europeans. It was invented by the people who invented gunpowder.
Where did the guns come
The
from?
first
When the Africans
firearm.
first encountered a gun,
Listen,
where did it
watch
come
this.
from?
I'm finna read it to you.
Where did it come
I'm
from?
finna read it to you, Marlon. The
Okay.
first firearms can be traced back to 10th century China. The Chinese were the first to invent gunpowder, and historians typically credit the first guns as being weapons the Chinese called fire lances. The fire lance was a metal or bamboo tube attached to the end of a spear.
Okay. And they used the gunpowder to project the projectile to a person.
This blackology has to stop.
No, I'm
sir.
asking a question right now. They used. So you're saying that they used the gunpowder to.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you this question: who did the African first come into contact with a gun or receive a gun from, and traded with guns? Who did they trade with?
It was probably the Muslims.
You're saying Muslims.
Yep.
I say the
I
Caucasian.
probably say
Any
Arabs.
Muslim that touched the gun touched it because he got it from a
I would
Caucasian.
probably say the Arabs during the Arab invasion.
Okay, where'd they get the guns, man?
The
the
Arabs
idea,
got,
the idea.
the Arabs got the guns from who? The Chinese during the Silk Road trade. They was trading with the Chinese for years.
Right.
So they probably got the gun from the Chinese.
So you're saying the first person to introduce the African to the gun was an Arab?
Probably so.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Now,
we closing up on that topic. You know what I mean? That was a good little rapid fire round.
yeah, good.
I don't know how Pianki want to do it. I don't know if Pianki want to come over. If y'all for me to ask
We didn't even hear you. We didn't even hear you. We can't even hear you breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me get myself right.
Yeah, you
Man,
going,
we
Is it
having a
better?
stroke, is he?
yeah, you good. You was going through something. I think.
Yeah, nah, I'm in a weird area right now.
Right.
Y'all want me to ask y'all?
It's up to you how you want to do it.
I mean, all right, let's get it then. Let's get it then. All right. So, now it's born Allah, right? Not opus.
You breaking up. You can't hear you.
Yeah, what you doing? You moving around or something, Rock?
Yeah, I'm in the store now. I'm getting some gas, but
Yeah, we can't hear you right now, bro.
Doing something. In the store or something, trying to handle business.
was all that can connected to the store Wi-Fi. That probably was what was messing me up. Instead of get a y'all can go ahead and say stuff. There is bad there.
But yeah, so again, I think evil is all dependent on the people, the person, and the situation. If I was in a situation to where I had to do something to somebody to protect myself, it might be considered evil by the
Mhm.
next person.
Most
But if
definitely.
I protected myself, I might not consider it evil.
Right.
And
Okay.
so it's all dependent on the situation.
Okay. Okay. So you, Sabio, you feel like evil depends on this. Evil is situational, and essentially, like,
Yeah,
because you might react and snap and do something to somebody, and you might take it too far. But
yeah,
you know what I mean? Somebody did something to somebody in your family. It's even though you did something that you took too far, you feel like it's more kind of relatable in a way because somebody understand where it come from as opposed to when somebody's just like snapping, like tweaking, wilding out, like for no reason at all. That's some evil shit, like serial killers and stuff like that. They're evil, inherently evil. Okay,
yeah. Now,
so
and,
what.
and let me say this,
Go ahead.
because as I said, as I used in my examples, you do have some people who are just evil, who just have evil intentions, who just want to just do evil shit to people. But those are individual peoples at moment of in time. So because you had a nation of people that wrote some laws to give them dominance and help them establish themselves, that's no different than any other nation. Every other nation dominated other people. You had to, in order to be a nation, an empire, a kingdom, or whatever, you have to have people underneath you.
Okay, okay. Let me go ahead and get this the answer from Knowledge Born Allah to get his definition of what inherently evil is, and if he could keep it as succinct as possible, so I can get up out of here because I'm finna go ahead and get some food for the fam in a little bit. So, Mr. 5%, break down to us what do you feel, because the topic is a interesting topic. I disagree with the pro side of it. I think evil knows no race, personally, but I want to know your definition, or what you feel is inherently evil, whether it be characteristics, whether it be actions, thoughts, or whatever. You on mute, bro?
Okay. I mean, I'll say this like I said before. I mean, and I understand Africa is a huge continent. So the African really did not have a reason to go outside of it for anything. If you want to go to war, you can go to war right there. If whatever you wanted, you could get it and you can do it right there. I would say the European is inherently evil because of lack of having a lot of things that Africa had, a lot of things. Um, I would say that the evil grew into what we have today because I have a feel that they are attempting a world domination, and that's where it seems like what is headed to right now. Um, and not my belief, but one of the things that we hold to, and it's not to be mentioned, but the Yakub theory. Um, it would make sense to a person today going through what we're going through because we are looking for an excuse of why did we allow us to become enslaved when we are the majority of people on the planet? And that story would soothe a lot of people in that case. Um, there's parts of it that relate to what's happening, and I would say, they are true. Now, as far as them being grafted from us, I slightly do believe that, and I don't, um, only because of the fact that we were the original man. Black man was the original man. So if we're the original man, where did the Caucasian come from? The grafting process explains that, and it goes deep into DNA and all that. So I can't really put that too far away from my mind, although I don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like if a man had a son, he was a good man, good-hearted, and his son was just terrible. There's no way that he would be able to settle himself thinking that that boy came from me. There's no way he came from me. But like we said, we all have both sides of good and evil in us. So maybe some of your genes that were evil will spit into him a little bit more than your good side, you know? So that's the thing that really makes me look at the grafting process or whatever Yakub was said to have done to the people to bring them here and then indoctrinate them and send them out to do what's happening right now today. And that's dividing every other culture up, separating us, turning us against each other. And that's the smartest way to take over the world right there if you're going to do it. Because if you go to war with everybody, it's going to cost you a lot. And if you ain't got enough to fight with, you start that war and you run out, you're going to have a problem. So the best way to do it is take their minds from them, divide and conquer. And I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of that theory. So, I mean, it's just a theory. You know what I'm saying? We kick theories around all day, every day, and try to make truth or make them false or whatever we're going to do with them. But I don't hold to it, but it's always in my mind. It's always in the back of my mind. I always think of it.
So people going to other lands is people conquering other lands is inherently evil. Is that's the gist of what I got from what you're saying? People
Pretty
going
much.
out and conquering.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's an interesting idea of what inherently evil is. And on that note, I'm gonna call it a wrap. I'm finna call in this order for this chicken. Y'all
That's
have a good
inherently
night.
evil to eat a chicken, man.
Well, I guess I'm the worst
Killing
out of
God's
everyone
animal.
then. Y'all have a good night. I don't know if Bianca got to come back on to end the live,
Goodness.
but I'm about to end the Zoom
Let
call
me
now.
say this before you go, real quick.
Please make it quick. I'm
there
trying
is
to order.
no gene. There is no evil gene, as there is no gene for race or color.
Okay.
There is no evil gene.
There is no evil gene. Okay. I may agree with that, but there is something that happens when people are psychopaths. There's a column that happens there. Now I'm talking about they call it the warrior gene. It's called the warrior gene, where they don't feel remorse over anything.
Yeah, but it's also a psychological thing. We can go into that on another show.
No doubt.
Yeah, but it's called a warrior gene. It's
I know what you're talking about. We talked about it in psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm on that
psychology.
On that, I'm gonna wrap this up, so I can go ahead and order food.